All right, guys. So yesterday's training was not the greatest. I just didn't come in feeling ready to go. And yeah, that's really all you need to know. And it's just not really worthy of a full video or vlog. So I'm going to make this training kind of like B roll for this more podcasty storytelling type of content because I got something I want to share. So basically, I'll just start by saying that last night I listened to a podcast with the Call Her Daddy host. What's her name? Fuck, I better look up her name. Alex Cooper, the Call Her Daddy host, and she talked about her story um, of basically sexual harassment on her soccer team, and it kind of just brought up some feelings and memories of my basketball experience and kind of why I quit basketball. So I just want to share that because it kind of ties into why I'm a coach now. So this is kind of about why I quit basketball, what kind of happened, and how that kind of led me to becoming a coach. But let me just read you this journal entry from last night so that you can kind of get an understanding of where I'm coming at here. So, Nige, why don't you play on a basketball team? You're pretty good. Bro, I barely play. I play once a week, and I'm pretty good. So imagine if I played more. But I always fall off because the pain of what could have been is hard to handle. So basically, what I'm saying here is realizing that I'm pretty good right now after not training and only playing once a week for like a month. It's hard to handle that pain of the potential of what could have been. And then I go on to write, I just didn't have the tools as a kid to handle the stress I was under, to handle the harassment of a coach who hated me. That's basically what it felt like, right? And then I go on to say, my blinders will never be down again. I am awake and I cannot be treated that way ever again. So basically, I'm just saying that as a kid, I just didn't have the toolbox to handle and understand how to deal with somebody who was treating me this way, right? So to understand how to deal with harassment and I don't know if I would call it abuse, but I guess you could. And to be honest, for years I haven't really known how to label this treatment, but after hearing Alex Cooper talk about sexual harassment, I went and looked up the definition of what harassment was, and basically it's this, right? Like let me see if I wrote it down. Harassment, behavior that demeans, humiliates, and intimidates a person. Basically was the definition from Google. So that's basically what happened to me. So I was like, okay, maybe I guess that's a good definition for that. But getting back on track here, yeah, growing up, how many kids have gone through an experience or have done the work or come from a family that prioritizes building a toolbox to handle these kinds of situations? And how many families actually know how to handle this situation and know how to handle somebody who is harassing or kind of bullying their kid? Probably not many, right? It is an interesting situation. How many adults know how to handle abuse and harassment? Not many. So yeah, I think it's just a hard pill to swallow that I just didn't have the tools to handle that. And then I go on to write, it's just a painful lesson to have learned and had to endure. And the pain that it inflicted in me stayed for so long and really held me back from showing my true potential in basketball or from following my true potential or being able to express my true potential. And it's not really regret that I feel. I've learned so much from this experience. It's just pain. Like, I don't regret that I went through this experience because it really pushed me into be a better adult. It pushed me to build up my toolbox and to really develop myself as a person. So I don't regret the experience. It was a good experience, and it drew me towards S&C and to help kids and to really make a big difference in people's lives. So I don't regret it at all. It's just painful to look back and go, "Damn, I really love that game. I still love that game." And I just never really showed my true potential because that experience was just so hard for me to handle that I really just felt like I had to quit, right? I just didn't really feel like I had another option, right? I was podcast she talks about she wasn't suicidal, but um, if I killed myself, would anybody really notice, right? Or like, would anybody care? Like, those are the kind of feelings that this kind of harassment makes you feel, right? It demeans you. You don't feel like you're anything. You feel worthless. Like the thing that you put your identity behind, which again isn't great for a kid to have their whole identity around one thing. But we identify with these things, and when we are demeaned and pushed down and meant to feel like nothing, we feel like we're nothing, right? We really feel like we're nothing, and if we weren't here, would anybody notice, right? So I don't regret quitting basketball because that's what I was feeling. But the pain behind that is it's hard. It's hard, right? It's hard. Okay, so I do what I do for myself, but there's a deep part of me that just wants to be right about my own potential. So if you know me, I've been on a bit of an athletic journey trying to become a really, really phenomenal athlete. So when I hit my East Bay, that will be a very emotional experience for me. So basically, my goal right now is to hit an East Bay. I said this year, but I don't know. If it happens, it happens. If not, it'll happen later. But basically, I would consider that to be a pretty elite dunk, and you need to be a pretty damn good athlete to do that. So being able to do that and recognizing my potential as an athlete is going to be emotional for me because I just feel like I never expressed that on a basketball court. So being able to show and prove to myself, and as much as I hate to say it, prove to other people that, hey, this is what could have been, will be emotional. But it's something I really want. Yeah, so that's kind of like my story of how I kind of got kicked out of basketball and kind of the feelings behind basketball right now. It's just painful to look back and go, damn, Nige, like, look at where you're at right now. And you don't train, like, you don't work on your skills really. You go and shoot around for 30 minutes once a week, and then maybe you play pickup for a couple hours on the weekend. And that's about it. And you still get buckets. You still get fucking buckets. You still impact the team when you're not getting buckets. Um, so yeah, it's just a hard pill to swallow to go, damn, like life would have been different and this thing you dedicated so much time to just never really like got to got off the ground, which it's just yeah, it's just hard to swallow that. But to be honest, so that's my journal entry from last night, but like that really pushed me to become a S&C coach. And as time has gone on, it's been, hey, I want to impact kids that were in the same position than me to help them become athletic. But at the same time, on a deeper subconscious level, it's, hey, I want to be there for kids and I want to kind of be that person that is there to push them up and bring them up and show them what they are and how much they can be, not push them down and tell them how bad they are and make them feel like nothing, right? Like I want these kids to feel like they can take on any challenge, to have confidence in how they move and how they and who they are, right? Like I want them to really feel that. So that's a big reason right now why we're coaching. Um, and I don't think I would be here right now. Maybe I would get here later on, but I don't think I would have that same drive to create that space and to try to build those relationships and yeah, have that environment if I didn't go through those experiences. And it's something I'm still trying to work on because we got to constantly work on ourselves to be better people. We can't just be content with where we're at. Um, but I wouldn't be where I'm at, and I don't think I would have the same drive to have an impact on kids and just people in general's lives in a positive way like I am right now if I didn't go through that experience. So I'm not really like again, I don't regret it. It's just like, damn, what the fuck? Why did that have to fucking happen? I really like basketball. I really love basketball. Um, so yeah, I think my purpose was I always kind of knew, even before this shitty experience, that I wanted to be a physiotherapist or a strength and conditioning coach, and I wanted to help kids, be better athletes. But as this experience has happened and as I processed it over years, that goal of wanting to help kids become more athletic has transformed into just wanting to help kids and people be I just want to be a positive light that they can to help them flourish and to help build their tools and help them just realize how great they are. Um, yeah, I don't know if I got much else to say, guys. That's just part of just a little bit of my story about, you know, about it all, really. I really wish I had better words at the end about how that has impacted me to want to help other people, but it's hard to put into words how monumental that experience was and how I don't. It's not that I don't want other people to go through it, but to just like have someone who's been through that and like how nice it would have been to just have a coach or a mentor or just somebody who knew what I was going through and like could help me navigate those experiences or just help create a safe place for me to come and just take my mind off of that and focus on something else would have just been unbelievable. Like it just would have been super nice, right? I always had to train, on my own, in the weight room. Yes, I had a plan made, but I did it on my own. I did all my skill training pretty much on my own. Um, didn't have a great friendship or support group, so I was kind of just on my own. So trying to be that person that is helping create that space for kids and for people to kind of not just be on their own and to help them feel like they're not just fucking in it by themselves, that someone is there for them is kind of the ultimate goal. So it's easy to get caught up on, "Oh, I don't know enough, or I don't know how to create this fucking adaptation and get this person to where they want to get to and create the perfect off-season plan." But at the end of the day, that's only part of it, right? That's awesome that we can do that, but a big part of it is like, hey, it's not just me who's gone through this harassment and coach abuse. It's still happening, and it's painful to think about and go, man, there's some kid right now who I'm probably coaching who is having a coach who's doing the same thing to them, and not recognizing that is just something I just need to wake up a little more and be like, hey, like, yes, there are organizations that are trying to fix this, but it's still a problem, and kids are still dealing with this, and you have an experience and you've gone through this, so you need to speak up and share and kind of be a voice so people can hear that and go, oh fuck, like this has happened, like people have gone through this, and I don't know where this is going. I think this is over, guys, but that's my journey. I think this has gone for 17 minutes. I don't think we'll be playing this for 17 minutes, but